My name is Mohammed Khatri. I lost my sight 3 years ago, and I was having a lot of difficulties in college. Just generally, I played cricket. I couldn't get round very well. I had to be guided everywhere with sight, and eventually it just took its toll. With the cane, wasn't really working because due to cricket, you go to so many strange places. I couldn't do anything, so I decided to get a guide dog, and that's why I got Vargo. When I initially lost my sight, I did not imagine I'd be here today. In the initial stages, it was just awful. I couldn't leave the house, I couldn't do anything. After a few months, I picked up the courage to go out, but even then, with the cane, it was a nightmare. I didn't want to use it. I was guided everywhere with sight, and it just wouldn't work. It's not feasible, especially at college now, as you saw. Imagine I had to be taken everywhere, to every single lesson, to the gym, to cricket. It just causing so many problems, Same at home, parents go out. If I'm hungry, what do? I can't starve, and you can't go to the shop. And I think it's quite essential that I got a dog, which is something which is capable, which will look after you. It's hard work, but it's well worth it.
It took Muhammad Abrar 6 months before he began to accept his new way of life. It has been hard work from us to a certain extent that wherever he wanted to do, apart from the house, he was dependent on somebody to take him here, there and everywhere. And Muhammad being Muhammad, he did not want to accept people's help in any shape or form. We started asking the Muslim priests in the Muslim world whether it was accepted through the Quran and through the laws of Islam for my son to be able to have a guide dog. H.H.Rahman, who's the head imam of the Masjid Bilal, has really worked very hard in obtaining these fatwas from higher echelons.
Generally, Muslims will regard the saliva of the dog, and some schools of law regard the dog as a whole as ritually impure. And therefore, culturally also, there are issues with having a dog in a Muslim home. Most Muslim homes would not have a dog as a pet.
There is a solution according to Islamic law, and we will help Muhammad, and I hope so. He will be, the rest of life will be easy. I have make a link up with the other Islamic clerics, and I've told them, look, this is the situation, and we have to think about it, and we have to solve this problem according to Islamic law. And then they said, okay, yes, we will be happy and we will agree with it. And they have wrote the Solomon, which is called a fatwa.
Muslims are in need of a fatwa when they are faced with a new situation that they did not face previously. In this example, we have the use of a guide dog. Not only that, but bringing of the guide dog into a mosque. It's something that we've not faced before. So the legal experts of Muslim law sat down and deliberated the issue. They examined the situation, of the nature of the dog, what kind of training it's had, whether it is dirty or clean, and all those issues have been taken into account. And when they were satisfied with all these factors, and felt that they would not contradict the teachings of the religion, they have given us a ruling saying that Muhammad is allowed to bring Vargo into the mosque and place him in a secure place while he's offering his prayers. This assures Muslims that what they're doing is legal in the eyes of God, and they are not sinful for carrying out this act. For Muhammad, I think it's going to be a life-changing experience. We hope and pray that he'll be able to lead a more normal life like we all desire for ourselves. And this is the beauty about Muslim law, that it is a law of compassion, that it takes into account the needs of the people who want to be true to God but also have to live on this planet. I hope and we pray that other blind Muslim people will be encouraged to become owners of guide dogs, because clearly we've seen how much it improves the standard of life and the quality of life for the user. And we hope that more and more scholars will now, within their own circles, within their own schools of law, will deliberate this issue and issue fatwas which allow their communities to become guide dog owners, and indeed to allow and welcome guide dog users to the mosque.
Culturally, in our religion, we don't have dogs, and we don't know anyone that has dogs. And bringing him home was quite a shock, because now when visitors came to the house, like, oh my God, a dog. And also my mum was, you know, my sisters, they were quite scared of dogs, so, as was I. Even when I first got him home, I was a bit fearful, but now, you know, he's like one of your best friends. And it's the same with my family. We've got used to it, and it was quite a battle getting the dog, because, you know, a lot of people opposed it and said, oh, you shouldn't have a dog, it's against your religion. But eventually, going around things and, you know, talking to high people within the religion, they said, yeah, it's allowed, and it doesn't really matter what other people say. It's for your benefit and your aid, so you do it. It's made a real big difference to me, because now, as you saw, I met yourselves today, I went to the gym earlier, I was at cricket earlier, I had to go see a teacher. You know, I'm going to go home, I come every morning to college. I'm now used to, regardless of where I go, I've got someone with me or something with me. If you're the type of person that needs mobility and doesn't like to be guided like how I was, it's essential you get it. It's very, very important. They change your life. It's just one of those things. It's almost like as if it's just your life seems to be made a bit more complete.
If you have any questions about guide dogs within Islam, please feel free to contact H.H.Rahman, Head Imam at Bilal Mosque, on 07989 141 711, or Ghaffar Khatri at ghafarkhatri@hotmail.com. For more information on guide dogs, please visit www.guidedogs.org.uk or call 0870 240 6993.